today we're going to be doing another unboxing. So here we have is two figurines of two characters from the same series. As you can see here in the background, we do have is a figurine from the manufacturer Good Smile Company, part of their Good Smile Arts Shanghai branch. Is a 1/7 scale PVC figure of the character Shinpei Ajiro, and also a 1/7 scale PVC figure of the character Ushio Kofune. So two characters from the series SummerTime Renda or SummerTime Rendering. So I was originally going to unbox these separately, but because these are two companion pieces that do connect, I decided to unbox these together. So before we take the two figurines out of their box, just in case you didn't know, SummerTime Renda or SummerTime Rendering is a manga which was originally published in 2017, serialized in Shonen Jump Plus by the mangaka Tanaka Yasunori or Tanaka Yasuki. I did put the Yasuki or Yasunori into, or the kanji, in the Google Translate, and sometimes it says Yasunori, but also like in other websites it says Yasuki, so I don't know which one is which. Do tell me below because I don't know which one's the right reading. So moving on, the series also has a spin-off manga which goes by the name SummerTime Renda ni 2026 Mizenjiko Buken or SummerTime Rendering 2026, The Room That Dreams of Murder, which the manga was originally published in 2022, serialized in Shonen Jump Plus, written by the same mangaka Tanaka Yasuki or Yasunori, which this manga spin-off also had a sequel light novel adaptation going by the name SummerTime Renda 2026 Shousetsuka Nagumo Ryunosuke ni Iban Hyakkei, or the SummerTime Rendering 2026 novelist Ryunosuke Nagumo's 100 Strange Views, which was published in the same year of 2022, but I think a couple months after, which has the art of Tanaka Yasuki or Yasunori, following a different author's story by the name Hanada Hotori. So going back to the original series, SummerTime Renda or SummerTime Rendering has gotten an anime adaptation which was originally aired in 2022 by Studios OLM, consisting of 25 episodes. So as you can see here in the background, we have is both Ushio Kofune and Shinpei Ajiro's figurine box rotating in 360. So without holding you guys back, let's just take the figurines out of their box and see how they look. Starting with Shinpei Ajiro's PVC. Here we have is Shinpei Ajiro straight out of the manufacturing box. As you can see here, he does have thin styrofoam with also plastic wrapped around it, to protect it from moving around or, scraping the paint on the plastic on it. So let's just remove all this and see how it looks. So surprisingly enough, this does come with a assembly instructions guide. As you can see, it is folded, so unfolding it, we can see it does come with 3 languages. So as you can see, the right side or the left side is in Chinese, the middle is in Japanese, and on the right side is in English. So if you do speak any other languages, you can, read it from there. So as you can see here, the back side does have the assembly instructions guide, which is not really too complex. It's basically a little clip that you do put in the middle so you can connect both the Ushio's base with Shinpei's base. And do be careful because it does say some parts of this are fragile, so do handle it with care. So as you can see here, the figurine does come connected with the base, so you don't really put it together. But just like every figurine, as you can see here at the bottom, we do get information such as the mangaka, the licensors, and the title and other information on the figure. It's a little bit hard to show you guys, but I'm trying my best to show you guys the text. But as you can see here, we do get a base that, you know, represents the, you know, summertime or the beach feel. And I really do like the way it looks. A lot of detail here on the rugged sand. And, you know, looking at his toes kind of closely, it do look a little bit weird. You can't really tell he has nails, but I don't think my camera captures it. But if you look really closely, he does have toenails. But the rugged sand here is really detailed. I do like that. And here on the side, we do get a little bit of water, or should I say the ocean, splashing into the beach, which I think is separate from the actual base. As you can see here on the side, it's a second layer on top of it. So you can't remove it, but it can actually come off if you like use a heat gun, I would assume. And here we have his Shinpei Ajiro, starting from his feet and going up from his pants. I do love the way they creased his pants, you know, to give it more of a more detailed look to it. Looks really great. Here we have his right hand, which you can see he has like kind of a closed fist with a little bit open on the thumb area, which looks really great. I do, like I said, like the little lines and rugged feel of his jean or his dress pants. Or it looks really detailed. You can see his belt wrapped around his pants, and we can see here his shirt, which the fabric is folding from the top into his pants, so he's like has his shirt tucked in, which looks really great. And as I said, you can see the detail on the fold on his shirt, looks really great. Here he has his tie on the side, which is a little bit flexible, but I would assume that's so if it's stiff during transit, it'd probably break, so which is why they have it flexible. But I do advise that don't really flex it around like I did, because I feel like you can actually rip this by accident. Same thing here with the necklace here. We can see here with the seashell necklace. Do be careful with that, because that's a little bit of a delicate piece. And I do like the little watch here on the side, a little detail here, which looks really great. You can kind of see the hand pointed, which I don't know the time, because I think you're supposed to see it from wrist upwards, so I can't tell. But here we have is the necklace, as I said before. It's a little bit flexible, but it is a little fragile piece, so do be careful when handling this part, because there's a possibility that it will break or snap if you pull it too much. But a closer shot here, we can see is his shirt, which is pretty detailed. You can see his back head, or his hair I should say, which his head actually does come off, which I'll be showing you guys here, but it's mostly to remove a little plastic that's in between. As you can see here, disconnecting it here, we do get a little bit more view of his neck area, which is a lot more detailed. You can see his Adam's apple, and you can see his eyes, his hair. You can see the addition of lines kind of gives it more detail than just a flat finish, but it's kind of a little bit hard to tell from his eyes. You can see both different colors. As you can see, a more darker blue and a more lighter blue. So a lot of great detail work on the hair, as you can see here. It looks really great, and not really much bad I can say. I really love the way this is sculpted. So let's just move on to the next figurine, which is Ushio Kofune. Here we have is Ushio Kofune's figurine, as you can see straight out of the manufacturing box. She is also wrapped with plastics, you know, to protect her from, you know, moving around or the paint scraping on the plastic and, you know, getting a damaged product. So let's just remove her out of the box and see how she looks. So just like Shinpei Ajiro's PVC box, we do get a assembly instructions guide, as you can see here. Folding it out, it does basically, I think it's basically the same thing. You can see here in the back, it does come with 3 languages: Chinese, Japanese, and English. Chinese on the left, Japanese on the middle, and English on the right. But as you can see here on the other side, we do get you know, a step-by-step guide of how to place the little plastic that it does come with, that you connect both pieces together, which also comes with a warning sign, which you can see she does come with a flower that she is holding, which it does say that is fragile, just like Shinpei's little seashell necklace. So do be careful when handling this, because you don't want to break it. So here we have is Ushio Kofune's figure, and the base is also connected with the figure, so there's not really much to put together. As you can see here, close-up shot of just like Shinpei's base. We do get information such as the mangaka, the title of the series, and also other information. And just like Shinpei's base, we do get a rugged sandy base look to it, the water splashing onto the beach, and it is a little bit disconnected, so it's two pieces on the base, which looks pretty detailed. I do like it. And yeah, I think it's kind of clear, so you can kind of see through it. But besides that, we can see here is the PVC starting from her feet. But before that, here's a closer shot of the sandy base, which looks pretty detailed. So we can see her base. Comparing it to Ajiro, you can see more of her toenails. You can see it's a little bright pink and looks a lot of detail. You can kind of see the shading they did on her, you know, feet, giving her I don't know how to say it. It's like a little bit more detail, the shading work they put on the little, like you see here on her knees, and you can see in the back of her foot here. A lot of great paint work, and I don't know if it's just me, but grabbing her from her leg areas, a lot more softer. It feels a lot more softer than when I grabbed Ajiro. Well, that's because Ajiro had pants and she's more of a bathing suit. But I do like the way they painted it. You can see the shading here on the side. And you can see here we have is the flower, which I forgot the name of. But here we have is her swimsuit on the side here, which they give it a lot of great details here on the side. Do be careful with this. It's a little bit flexible, but just like the assembly instructions guy said, a bit fragile, so do be careful when moving this around. But you can see here, we can see her swimsuit has a bit of crease lines. They did a nice paint work here on also the flower. You can see it's a little bright red with more of a darker tone. And also you can see her swimsuit has a little bit of rugged lines, just like to give it more of a fabric feel. Or I think swimsuits are more latex feel, so I'm gonna say latex feel. And it is pressed up against her, so you can kind of see her back showing here on the side, which looks really great. The amount of detail work here on the side, I do like this little middle section where you can see her belly button, and also it's pressed up against her sides here. We can kind of see it. They did a lot of great shading work where you see more of a lighter blue, more darker blue from the little corners here. Here we have is her hair, which is actually flexible, but like I said, I think that was made so during transit it can kind of, you know, move around in the box so it doesn't break if it's like stiff. But do be careful, because if you feel like you can flick this and you can break it, so do be careful with her hair. But we can see going up her hair, great details. Not much lines as the Ajiro one had. It's a lot more flat, but it still looks a little bit great in detail. You can see the top of her hair, you can see her cowlick on the side. It looks really great. Here we have is her side hand. I think it's her left hand, which she has it more pressed up against her chest area, which you can actually remove her head just like Ajiro's. And we can get a little bit more detail work here on. You can see her neck, which she has a collarbone, and you can see her neck side here, which looks really great. A really great amount of detail they did on this side here, which you don't really see much, as you can see here in the back as well. Great detail work here where you can't actually see when you have her head connected, but you can see more of her back view. So here we have is her hair, or her head. As you can see, great detail work here at the bottom, which you cannot see when the figure or the head's connected to the body, but they did a great job here. Here's a closer shot of her face, which looks really great. Gives it of a cute, you know, feel that she, you know, the character has, and it looks really great. You can see a closer shot. You can see her cowlick. You can see a little little pieces of hair too by her forehead, which looks really great detail. Her ears on the side, but they did a really great job with this. As I said before, do be careful when handling her hair. It's a little bit fragile, but besides that, it's a great figurine. So a lot softer than Ajiro, but I would assume because she's a female character, you get more of a softer feel. So as I stated before, these are two companion pieces. So as you can see here with Ajiro's base, you do disconnect this little piece of plastic here on the side, which the figurine does come with a little connecting piece where you'll be able to connect both Ushio's and Ajiro's base together. which slides up, slowly right here, and you can connect both pieces, as you can see. Which is funny because Ushio also comes with her own little plastic piece which you could connect both of them with. So I would assume that's probably just an extra. Well, if you do get both figurines, as you can see, this little piece does come off here on the side, which, as I said before, she does come with her own, but you only need one of them, so you could just have one and keep one on the box just in case, if anything, you lose a piece or not. So you do slide these both together, and as you can see here, they both should slide closely and firm together, and they should connect both like this. But I advise connect it first to Ushio's base before Ajiro's, because you can see his little wave goes over her base, so I feel like you can break that if you put too much force on it, if you connect it like I did in the video, so do be careful. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this one. So that was Good Smile Arts Shanghai 1/7 scale PVC figure of both characters, Ushio Kofune and Shinpei Ajiro. All in all, I gotta say is I really do love the way this came out. I don't like the way they were both separate figurines, or you had to buy them to connect them together, but I would assume that was so because if someone didn't want Shinpei, they just wanted Ushio, they could just buy Ushio and not buy Shinpei. But for me personally, I love the way, I feel like more figurine companies should do something similar to this, where they have both characters, like the male lead and the female lead, and you'll be able to buy both of them and connect them like this, because I always like having both male and female counterparts for the figurines together to make a whole base, as you can see here, which looks really amazing. I love the way this figure looks. I love the little references, such as the little seashell necklace with also Ushio holding the little flower, which I forgot the name of. If you have not actually seen SummerTime Render, highly recommend it. It's a great show. It's funny, this is like a time travel type series, which just like last week we unboxed the Tier Moon Empire, which is also another time traveling one. Two time traveling in 2 weeks. Alright guys, so not really much else to add. I'll leave you guys off with the figurines rotating in 360, Ushio by herself, Shinpei by himself, and also with both of them together with close-up shots and all. So like I said, if you have not actually seen SummerTime Render, highly recommend it. It's such a great show. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I need you here, always need 寂しくれ忘れられるものなんてないひどい後悔に飲まれないよう なたと繋いだ手のひらの熱だけで生きてゆける。あまりに短い夏だけで何を残してゆけるのかな。一度聞いたから僕らは変わりたい、変わりたい。臭い綺麗の匂い、うだる風、あなたと見たこの砂浜でまだ言い損ねたことがあるから命を燃やしてる。あまりに短い夏だけで何を残してゆけるのかな。燃え尽きた土地、それでも終わらない夕立ち。覚えていて波が押し寄せて思い出すら連れて行っても呼び声が熱を灯すから時間よりも早くかけたい。